Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. I'm out here at the sports complex again, and let's get the sun over here. There we go. Maybe that's a little better. But we got the Edge 540 by Hobby King back out here for another round. Still a little bit of wind. It is a little less wind. It's like 10 to 15 mile an hour right now. And I brought out my Turbo Timber Evolution and the Bighorn. I got 3 airplanes because it was nice and warm when I left the house. Now this wind is making it a little bit chilly, but not too bad. I know my fingers aren't going to freeze, so I was like, I got to fly a few airplanes. I've been missing the RC so much. Anyhow, I'll probably fly a couple of these for you guys. I might put the turbo up. I have them. I've had both these in the air just to make sure everything was good. Because the Turbo Timber, the servo actually popped out of the wall. It's just the servo's just glued in there in the Evo. And when I crashed it, when I did the streamer flight, when it hit the ground, the rudder must have kicked, and just the pressure of the controls was able to pop the glue loose. So anyways, I got it hot glued back in spot and it's ready to go. Let's get these airplanes in the air and see how it does. I'm hoping that the wind's light enough today that I can do some of the knife edge with this Edge 540. It's got those side force generators on the wingtips. Let me see about... Well, maybe a little too much, maybe. How about right there? We'll do there, see how that does. Feeling much better. I just as I was putting the phone on my head, I seen somebody said, hope that I'm feeling better. I'm definitely feeling much better. Let's go ahead and go with high rates today. Might be asking for trouble, but this thing only has 2-inch Day Brown lights on it, the wheels. And I was amazed how well it took off earlier when I did a lap. Throttle cut off. Here we go. You can see it's rolling through the grass just fine. It's searching just a little bit, but not too bad. Oh, so it's hard for me to do the knife edge with the bottom towards me, especially that direction. So had to get off of it. It's just hard for me to figure them angles out, you know, in my brain. You see the roll rate's pretty decent in high rates. And I think that I have my throws not quite as aggressive as they show in the manual. You can see we got a little bit of wind. There, I'm kiting it now. Just a little bit. We'll get it up alpha. Bring it around inverted here. So that motor, I think that motor might have a little bit of, it sounds a lot like my Edge that I got from Arrows. It's got the same kind of noises going on. A little touch and go. This airplane, it's definitely a fun airplane. I hate to say it because I was pretty unhappy when I got it out of the box, but this airplane flies really good and it's fun to fly. Just wish it would have looked a little nicer, but I mean, it looks cool in the air. You know, it's got a really cool 20-foot look to it. It's just that up close when you see what kind of materials it's made out of and stuff, it's just a little bit annoying. I am running, I think 35% on the expos, both high and low rates. And I got 100% throw for the high rates, of course. And I think I got it cleared down to 65% for low. It just didn't seem like it made a huge difference. In this airplane, I am certain much smaller motors could fly this with a 3S battery, because I am not ever getting this above half throttle. Let's go straight up. You ready? Here we go. It was almost straight up. It was kind of a weird angle. Try it again. Actually, it's supposed to be 3D, right? So let's get the nose up. With all this power, I should be able to hang it on that prop. It's a little bit high because I'm not good at this, but it's doing it. And then the wind's carrying it away on me. There we go. Cut the throttle and let the nose fall. I did push the battery back about a ½ inch from where I had it yesterday, and it's doing fine still. So maybe I'm probably not clear back to the CG that they call out, but I got a feeling that it'd probably fly okay with the CG as called out in the manual. This thing, when I get more comfortable with it, and I think I need to get a better prop on there. I stole this one off of the Turbo Timber. I think it's a 10.6, and I think they said you could fly it with like a 11.5.5 or something like that. So it's right in the right range, but the hole on the prop was just a hair too big, and I might not have it centered up well. You can tell it's flying for the amount of wind that I'm flying in, high rates. It's flying really good. Super impressed with this. I just don't know what to say about the price, guys. It'll definitely be an airplane I'll grab and I'll fly a lot, probably just as much as the Tundra. It's hard for me to tell other people to spend that money, you know, unless you got parts laying around that you can throw on this and not cost you any extra money. You're gonna sink decent money into this. And motor, speed controller, 4 servos, a prop. It does come with the spinner, but it just seems like a lot. And if you were going to get this airplane, I would definitely suggest getting the bigger tires, because the smaller tires I don't think would take off from this grass. But you can see the 2-inch lights by Dave Brown, which I don't even know if Dave Brown still makes tires, but wow. Did you see how smooth that landing was? I mean, sure, you guys have watched enough. You know that I can land pretty good, but this thing is pretty incredible how smooth it flies for what it is. This will be one that I do tricks with, like coming in inverted like this for my landing and then rolling it over at the last second and bringing it in. It's too far away over there, but we'll bring it in right here behind the Turbo Timber. That way I can switch models and take off. Pretty incredible little airplane. Ooh, man, the wing just went right underneath the other wing. That was crazy. All right, throttle cut on so that it doesn't take off while I'm switching models. There we go. As soon as the orange light comes on, the Turbo Timber should be ready to go. There we go. We'll throw One click on the flaps. Rudder's working again. Safe is off. Throttle cut is off. All ready to go. Using the rudder to push the tail around. Flaps off. This is a great airplane. Super smooth. This one here will do knife edge forever. Flying this with the new 4S 3200 Spectrum smart battery. And this is downwind. I'm doing these knife edge just because I'm better at the you can see I struggle to even get it started going from left to right. Here we go. There, I got it started. And we'll get it turned around here. That wind, I thought the wind was going to stop or be down to about 5 miles an hour, but it's holding up some pressure. I'm thinking that I need to look at it. I think I did some trim on the rudder while the servo was coming loose, maybe. Now it feels like it might be off just a little bit. So I'll need to look at that and verify. The old 3/4 turn, 3/4 roll to a turn. I love that maneuver. This is such a great airplane, guys. Such a good value for what you get. It was just great right out of the box. And of course I had the turbo timber, the original, and it was good too. I just really love that you can put the battery in the top on this one. As you can see, it matches up well with the 3200. But if you got the 2200, I did fly it on that 4S battery a lot too. Both of these packs that I'm using are 50C on the 4S. Every airplane that I got that flies 4S is kind of when you go 4S, you want it to be sporty. So I've always gone up from the 30C to the 50C rating. The 3S, not as big a deal to me, because usually if I'm flying 3S, it doesn't need to have all that power. Tight loop. Almost 3/4 throttle through that whole maneuver. Oh, that was, yeah, we'll roll out of that. That got sloppy fast. Here we go. Taking it up nice and high into that outside loop. Anthony May told me the correct way to say it. Big bank turn here. Synchronizing the rudder to keep it level. Not letting the tail drag. I just needed some flight, and I thought I'd go ahead and share this second flight with you guys. Hopefully you're not getting too bored too fast, and enjoying seeing Gary fly his turbo timber right after the Edge 540. I did verify on the 1300 milliamp 4S battery that I put in that Edge that after 5 minutes it was perfect 3/8 clear across. So it seems to be a good match for that. I thought maybe that I would need to go to the 2200, but 5 minutes is a good flight time for me, and to be able to keep it light with the 1300 I think is a big deal. I might look at getting a smart battery, because I did get an Ovonic just to try it out. It was only like $16. And Smart Pack's going to cost me a little more, but that capability, especially because I fly so much, that capability of them balancing themselves and discharging to a storage charge is a huge thing for me. I don't want to have to check them. And when I first started doing the YouTube flying, a 5-minute flight, a lot of times I would have a little bit of battery still left, and I ruined a lot of batteries. I ruined several from accidentally leaving them in the airplane plugged in. When it's bad out, I'd be jumping into the car really fast, and I forget to unplug the battery, and it discharges it all the way. Not to mention it's probably pretty dangerous, but I've gotten better at making sure I get the batteries pulled out of the planes. It's just now not having to maintain them on the chargers and stuff at night is a big deal for me. Flirting with the pole, letting it sink in inverted. There's my timer. We'll bring it around for the landing. We'll go full flaps after the base turn. There we go, full flaps, leveling out the wing, letting the nose sink, not flaring while it's still in the air, bringing it closer. There we go, flare. Oh, get the wheels on the ground. Flaps off, throttle cut on. So guys, man, I had a great time today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the 2 flights. After I cut the video, I'll probably put the Bighorn in the air. I charged up a battery for that one too. And I'm just having a good time with RC every day. It's a huge blessing to me. The Lord has really been awesome, and a big thank you to Him. And I appreciate all your guys' support. I love that you guys leave great comments. And if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Set it for all. That way you guys know when I'm going live. Until next time, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here. Thank you, guys. Agreed. I got the RC disease.